The world is changing quickly, and nowhere more so than in publishing. Today, we're talking to the president and publisher of McClelland Stewart, and our topic is the future of publishing.
Yeah, in this industry, and I think in general, and I'm not just going to blame the media, but you hear it at dinner parties and what have you, is wither the book. That the book somehow and the book form are going to die. Most people put it to two things. One of them is that children just don't read anymore, and we're all going to die out, and the next generations after us will just have no love for books, and therefore books will wither on the vine. The other thing, and this is more current in the last couple of years, of course, and more obvious, I suppose, is that the e-book, the electronic book, is going to be the death of the book. First of all, it is a complete it's completely wrong to suggest that a book only comes in printed form. To me, and I've been in this industry for 27 years, a book is not just something that comes in printed form. It comes in any form except the only thing really being that it is a book. It is written like a book. It has pages like a book. It has thoughts like a book. It has distinctive voice from the author that writes that book. That can be shown up on a building at night, almost like a movie, and it could still be a book. So the death of the book has been wildly overdone by the media and by society in general. I think mainly it's because it's almost like people saying the world's going to end at a certain point. The media and, of course, people in general love to hear these absolutes that come out of things. And what we have found, I have to say, when it comes to children reading and whatever, Harry Potter wiped that theory right out. It's not only were kids reading in much higher numbers than adults were reading, they were reading books that were like 800 pages long, and then they were reading them 4 times each, making Harry Potter a complete slap in the face to anybody who thought that books were dying and that children no longer read books. We're finding more and more children are turning to books, and they read them a lot more voraciously, and they repeatedly read them in ways that a lot of adults don't do, mainly because of time, but also because we're not just geared to do that. Where ebooks are concerned when it comes to books, for obvious reasons, people in the publishing industry are just giddy with the whole idea that people that never would step in a bookstore or even call up Amazon to order a book be brought to their house, they now can buy them with a click of a button. And what we're finding is they're doing that. And they're not only buying new books and the latest thing that's come out, whether in fiction or nonfiction, they're buying backlist books. They're going back to things, just as people are probably doing when they buy songs on iTunes. They're not just buying a new album by a new band. What they're doing is they're buying all the things that they loved and all the things that they always wanted to have but never did have. And so what we're finding is new libraries are being created. And they're not only being created, they're being read. And they're paying money for it, and they're seeing the value in it. And so I think we're in an extraordinary time, and I can only imagine that it's going to become more extraordinary and more interesting and more fascinating. And our jobs as publishers is not just to keep up with that, but to stay ahead of the curve on it. And that's not going to be easy. I know very few industries that are so rapidly changing as what we do. What we've chosen to do, not just at McClelland Stewart and Random House, but at Signal specifically, is to look very favorably on the new ways that people are reading, the new devices people are reading on, the access to books that people probably never had before that, and to understand that in the past we were always working against a fairly flat market. There were only so many bookstores. A lot of the independents have unfortunately gone out of business, and that there were very few people, unfortunately, that made going to a bookstore a regular event in their life. Really, more like 3 to 5% of Canadians, let's say, and we're considered very well-read people. What I'm so buoyed about when it comes to ebooks and marketing online is we're reaching huge new audiences. We are making buying something like Passion Capital about 100% easier than it would have been 5 years ago. And the more people that we can get to read books, the better. Whether they read these books on Kindles or iPads, or read them on sheets of foolscap, or read them in printed books or Surlocks bound, I don't care. I just care that they buy these books, because we do need to stay in business, and the authors should deserve to be paid what they deserve for writing the book, and that they absorb those books, and that they continue to read books, and that something like Paul's book leads them to read other things as well. I strongly, strongly believe in the power of books and that they do make you smarter in every way, shape, and form. And as the world speeds up, and it seems like it's never going to stop speeding up, books sit you down. They make you think. They are not passive. You have to actively read them and absorb them. And you get, if you do that, the payoff is you get, I think, a better experience than just about anything you can do. They're not ephemeral either. It's not like a bottle of wine where you drink it and then it's gone. Books last forever, and I find the most intelligent and most creative and interesting people I meet are the ones that are the best read.